First, just want to, again, congratulate Amanda and Clemson on a great season. She's done a tremendous job. She's so deserving of being Coach of the Year in that league. That team had our full attention for a while now, and I just thought they are tough, they are physical, and they're aggressive, and that's the kind of team that any coach would love to have. And I thought they competed. I couldn't be prouder of my team. I thought defensively the first half, that may be as good as we've been in a while. And I just thought that T was tremendous helping in the first half. I thought our guard play was really, really good defensively in the first half. And so I just am extremely proud of my team. You win a game in the NCAA tournament, like we did tonight. It's you're doing some things right. You know me, I can pick it apart and have a whole laundry list of things that we need to get better on, and we'll have to fix by Friday. Arizona State's really good, but just really proud of these kids. In church this morning, my prayer was that these seniors would have the chance to stand out there at half court when the game was over and acknowledge our fans, and they got to do that. And the good Lord answered my prayer, and it was just my wish. I know how special that is. There wasn't anybody leaving, y'all. That's how special this place is. I mean, those fans, those Bulldogs out there, they love these kids. And man, that's all any coach can ask for. I mean, that's all any coach, and I don't care what sport you're coaching, to be at a place where the fans absolutely adore and appreciate and respect your players. I mean, I can't tell you as a coach how rewarding that is to see the investment that our fans have made in this program. It's just, it's amazing, and I'm just happy for these kids. And these kids have earned it. Let there be no doubt. These kids have paid the price. Tiara and Jazz became tied tonight for the most games played in, I think, at 148. They'll break that. Tiara set the record for tonight for most field goals made in an NCAA tournament game, I think. And they've already set the record for most victories along with Zion in their class. So this is a special group. We said that now for 3 years, and this is the one that now is going to set the record again. So Joe played exceptional tonight. I thought 8 for 14 and did a great job. And Jazz runs our team, gets 7 assists. You know, she could easily be up here. So great atmosphere for college basketball. ESPN gave us the primetime slot, and I don't think we disappointed them. And so we're on to the next one. And again, just awfully proud of these young ladies.
We'll take questions first for the student athletes. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. If you don't mind, stating your name and affiliation.
Hey, Tiara, David from the AP. It seemed like you did a really good job, especially in the second half, of establishing position really low so that it was, pretty easy shots once you got the ball and everything. How tough is it? I know it looks easy at the time, but how tough is it to establish that position, especially when Clemson is trying to push you out and everything? How were you so successful right there?
Well, it all starts from, first quarter, you got all this energy from the jump, and you're trying to move me out. After a while, you're going to get tired. So, I see somebody getting tired, so I just take advantage of them.
Jordan, Steve Robertson with Gene's Page 247. It seemed like they had a really tough time staying in front of you. Was there something that you saw on film or just in the game that made you realize they couldn't stop you on the bounce?
Not really anything specific, just that, I do that every game, just go and attack and, get paint points. I know that they're a trapping team, so we have ball reversal, and then I can just attack off that ball reversal.
Paul Booker, Columbus Dispatch. What was that moment like with about a minute left in the game, and you're just hearing, everybody's on their feet, and you're hearing the noise, and this is your last home game. What was that moment like for you guys?
You talking to all of us, or just?
Go ahead, grab it.
Oh, okay.
Anybody or everybody.
Oh, okay. It was pretty special, getting to play my last home game here in the Hump in front of all those fans. And like Coach said, nobody left, so just them sticking around for that whole game, it just, warms my heart.
Same. I'm just grateful for the opportunity. just to be able to be here. Sometimes I wake up, I'm just like, it's so surreal. I still can't even wrap my head around that I'm actually here. But I'm very grateful for the opportunity and the fans that are always here supporting us.
I agree with everything they said. I'm excited just to still be playing again and just to have that experience and that crowd out there. It hasn't hit me yet, but I'm sure it'll hit me soon.
T, your final play in the Humphrey Coliseum was another emphatic block into the stands. How fitting is that to kind of close out your home career with that play?
I think it was a great thing to seal the deal. You know, I got the block, and then my sub came, and the rest was history.
T, I think it was the third quarter. You left, went to the locker room. What was that all about?
No comment. No comment.
She's got a little stomach issue, and I don't know what happened with pregame.
I said no comment.
Just trying to give him
No comment.
Got it.
Thank you, Coach.
Unreal. I'll give you a moment. Let's all take a moment. You know, they had really crowded T to begin the game, and I guess that probably opened up. When you see that, instinctively, I guess you know that you're going to be able to take the ball down there. Is that what you're looking for in those situations, or how does that work?
Yeah, I just try to find the open spot, the soft spot, as what we would say. But when they're corralling T, I just try to flash and find open areas so either T can get the assist or I can just help out in any way I can. But I knew I wanted to attack them, so I got to the free throw line. I attacked a little bit, so it's good.
9 from 9.
Thanks.
Andrea, when you first got here, you said one of the main reasons you chose Mississippi State was to be able to play with Tierra McCowan.
Oh.
And now that you've won an SEC regular season and tournament title and you're headed to Sweet 16, how was the experience measured up to your expectations?
You know, it's just everything that I wished for plus more. So it's just an awesome opportunity. And yes, I did want to play with Tierra. I think that she's helped me in my game just as well as the coaches. And, you know, I just know what we can do and the potential that we have. So, yeah, I'm just blessed for the opportunity.
Any more questions for the student athletes?
Jordan, you know, just looking at the stats, you filled out the sheet pretty good. I mean, you had rebounds, steals, even 2 block shots. What is your role? I mean, how do you see yourself as a player?
I think I'm just an energy player who just, you know, plays hard and get my teammates involved in the game. I feel like I can be another point guard from the wing spot and, you know, just attack, really.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Oh,
You're good.
Oh, I forgot you guys. Sorry. Got it.
Thank you.
All right. We will open it up. Questions for Coach?
Hi, Coach. Amber Dodd, hoopfeed.com. You kind of touched on your guards stepping up from the Southern game on Friday. How well do you think they did, and what's some things you're looking forward to for the Arizona State matchup?
Yeah, I thought the first half they were really special. You win with guard play. I've heard me say that a lot. You win with guard play. You win championships with guard play and size. And I thought our guards were really good. I was concerned about those 2 kids that lit them up, the other night. They had 52 of their 75 points, 5 and 20. And, tonight they went 6 for 13 and 6 for 18. So I'm going to take 12 out of 31 from those 2. And, I was really proud of Jazz and Jordan, because when we were talking in the locker room after the game Friday night, before I could get anything out of my mouth, they both said, I got this one. So they're stepping up and being accountable and wanting the challenge. And, again, you're talking about a really special group of seniors now. And I just want them to I want it bad for them. That's all I can tell you. I just want it really bad for all this team. This team, you know, is a special group, but you want it as a coach. I know, you guys don't. Y'all think it's easy, but I know these moments can be so hard to get to. They're fleeting. You can't take them for granted. And that's what my challenge has been with this team, is trying to get them home. It's my job. I got to get them home.
Vic, you have talked about Tiara not getting bored doing the little things right, and it just seemed, you know, in that second half, she was talking about Clemson got worn down and she was establishing position and they were easy. You know, how proud of you, you know, that she really kind of, especially when Clemson kind of made that little run in the third quarter, she was just unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to empty the playbook. I had one play I was running, and tried to run a second play and ended up being a turnover, so I went right back to the next one. And, you know, I think she's got a feel and I've got a feel. We kind of know when things are rolling. And I thought our kids did a good job of post-entry passes. First half, we weren't very good at that. I thought we missed her. But I thought the second half, and again, this is the time of year when T gets locked in and she's ready. And, you know, I saw where she was eliminated off the list today for Naismith. And, look, I can beat my head in the wall between her and Jasmine. But at the end of the day, that's fine. I think you got her attention. Y'all go ahead and make her mad. That'd be real good for me. So.
Coach Josh Jackson, WAPT. In terms of energy and passion, how much has Tiara meant to this team? Obviously, when she gets a block, she might stare down, player or and one.
You're not supposed to do that, though.
but just in terms of energy and passion, how much has she meant to this squad?
Well, she's meant a lot to our program and a lot to all of our teams that she's been a part of. She's gotten better and better, and I think anybody that was in this room 4 years ago, where she was then to where she is now, it's just a testament to her and her work ethic, and to Coach Harris and her development of that kid. So much goes into developing young people, y'all, and it's not just the piece on the floor. You know, our job, we take great pride in trying to help mold and develop, help young people grow. And I think it's always an ongoing process, and sometimes they don't finish growing until after they leave, but still, that's our job. I mean, my staff, we just take great pride in that piece of coaching. And so, but on the floor now, all you got to do is look up her statistics over 4 years. You can see the impact that kid has had here at Mississippi State. There may not be another one that's impacted the game both ends of the floor like her. That's my disappointment in that. I know who's on that list, no disrespect, but they don't impact the game like she does, both ends. People might score more, might get one or two more rebounds, but they're not impacting the game on both ends of the floor like she is. And again, there's no disrespect. Those are all great players, but I think we all know the impact that she has on both ends. So she's meant a lot to us, to answer your question.
Vic, when I raised my hand, I was going to ask you about the Naismith thing. What do you think they're looking at?
I have no idea. Again, it's all we can do is all we can do. We control the controllables, and the kid is a heck of a player. And, there's still some other awards out there. She's still up for the Lisa Leslie Award. And, we'll just, we'll keep promoting them and doing the best job we can. But I think our kids right now are locked in. They're highly motivated, and if that gives them a little more incentive, so be it. It certainly does for me.
Do you think she had more incentive tonight because of that?
I don't know. I don't even know if she knows it, to be honest with you. But I think she's got incentive right now because she knows the importance she plays for our team, and she knows we need her. And this is the time of year now, about the last month. Ever since the Missouri game, I think she's really up to her game a little bit when the lights come on.
Jordan wasted no time making a big impact on the game and did it in a bunch of different ways. Was she particularly locked in today, or did you see a unique level of motivation from her?
No, I just think Jordan, when it's in the scout, hey, ball reversal attack, paint points, those are all things that are her game. And, she's got that point guard mentality. She had 4 turnovers tonight, and I just wish she'd get rid of those. She had 3 steals and 3 assists and 2 blocks. But she's got that point guard mentality, and she loves. You got to love the kid because she enjoys making the great pass as much as she does making a bucket. I mean, she's very unselfish, too unselfish in my mind sometimes. I'm trying to coach her out of those 50-50 balls because those are the ones that are getting her in trouble. But I mean, I love the kid, and she, again, that's another kid. We talk about Jazz and her assist to turnover ratio and all that, but she defends on the other end. Jordan's the same way. She's defending on the other end and usually has to get somebody's best player, and those 2 tonight had their best player. So, we knew, we were really concerned tonight with their traps, their zone, their half-court zone, and they were going to trap us. And so we were concerned that we weren't going to be able to run a whole lot of offense. It was going to be making plays. We call that, you got to have players that can make plays now, y'all. And so once that ball got to the wing, we didn't want to hold it and let them come get us. It was get it out and attack. Well, Joe hears that now. She's ready to go. And so I think that was part of it is just the attack mode.
Coach, consider Jasmine's lack of recognition and I guess T, and you're heading to Portland, and I wonder the theme is, do you kind of feel like a number 2 seed going out there with knowing who's out there?
No, I don't. I don't feel like I'm a number 2 seed. I feel like you go through the Southeastern Conference, and you go 15-1 and win it outright, and then you go win the tournament. I think our conference speaks for itself. I've said it all along. We play 16 rival games every year in the non-conference. It's a monster of a league. The respect this league, I mean, I tell anybody else, you come live my life in January and February. It ain't much fun now. I'm telling you, it's the 2 worst months of my life. It's just a knockdown, drag out 2 months. And so, no, I think if you go do what we did and win it, I don't care what you did in the preseason. Even though we did well in the preseason, we played a good, tough schedule. I think you're always going to have a team that is warranting consideration for a 1. So, no, I don't think so. And, again, in our game, in the women's game, that certain teams sometimes they try to protect certain teams in certain areas, not to give them the advantage, but just for the fans and I think there's some type of travel, that's involved as well. And so it's okay. I mean, I get it. For a long time we were married to Albany. I couldn't figure that out. Why am I married to Albany? I didn't get I just didn't know. I mean, Gino and I, we ain't that good of friends. So I didn't understand that. And so now, going out there, I get that. I understand that. And so, hey, I told our team, we had the opportunity 2 years ago to have a chance. Well, we're going to have to play a really good team Friday night in Arizona State. And by the way, they play out there. That's not a trip they're not used to. So I'm very familiar with their coach and know their style extremely well. I've played them in several times, and so I know what's coming.
Steve.
Coach, Mississippi State had been to 1 Sweet 16 before you got here. Now it's kind of like an annual rite of passage where it's an expectation to go. Is it one of those things now where would the fans feel like it's national championship or bust? I mean, how do you handle that?
I can tell you, I think you're exactly right. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is. I mean, it's so hard. I do think that, hey, when we lose a game, I mean, it's like the sky's falling around here. And you know what? I'd rather have it that way than the other. And I think, again, that's what makes it special here. Look, I feel the obligation, the pressure, because I know the investment that they make here at Mississippi State. And so, it's important to me that we continue to live this life that we've created. I didn't come here to not win championships. That's what I came here to do. And I'm just trying to live up to my end of the bargain, that's all. People gave me an opportunity. They continue to support our program. And you know, women's athletics here is really important. There's an investment. And for my program, I don't, you know, I don't know how much more you could do. And so for me personally, I just, the way I've been raised, to me, there's an obligation. So I do think that our fans think it's easy, and, you know, but hey, that's okay. As you saw tonight, how special is that atmosphere? I mean, it's crazy. That's a women's basketball game, and that atmosphere is off the chart. I mean, it is so special for our kids, for both teams, really. But even Amanda, she was at Florida now. She was there before I got here. She was there when we first got here. And she told me when we shook hands, she goes, Coach, this is amazing. And it is. It's amazing. But our fan base is so special.
In regards to that question as well, can you talk about, like, you know, the four straight Sweet 16s and the sellouts? Can you talk about the journey that you've had building this culture that Mississippi State has in a personal manner?
Well, I mean, I always say this, y'all, it's been fun. I mean, it's you know, you have a blueprint, you have a plan. You don't panic when you go 13 and 17 that first year. You go recruiting. And I just think that, you know, Johnny and I, we were the ones here originally. Deanna has been such a tremendous addition for us, and Elena's been here now on a second stint. But I just think, you know, when you talk about the journey, it's what we do. You know, it's not easy. But when you get to the point where we are, it's you know, I look back all the time, and it's just been fun. I mean, so many people care. Amber, I can tell you that it's great to be somewhere where people care. You know, I mean, it ain't like that a lot of places. Not like that in most places, really. But people care here, and as a coach, as a professional. You know, if you're writing for a paper, or the fact that y'all are here, it means your stations or your newspaper, they care. And so for me, it's just, it's what makes it so special. So in turn, it's fun, you know. Now look, ain't no fun when you're losing, you know. It's fun when you're winning. And so, you know, we got a good recruiting class coming in. We'll be young next year. We won't have any seniors, but you know what? Those kids are going to be, they're going to be talented. They're going to be skilled. And that'll be a fun group to coach. Be different, but you know what? This team's different. Last year's team was different. So, but the journey's been really special. And again, in coaching, you know, sometimes you get these opportunities, and that's what this was. This was an opportunity, and you know, you got to embrace it. You know, and I think we have. And again, we got this team now that could be the best ever. But I'm trying to get them there. We might not get there. It happens sometimes. But you know what? I'm going to go to work tomorrow. I'm going to practice them Tuesday, and I'm going to try to get them there because I believe in them.
Got time for just a couple more?
Got a date? Come on, Slim.
Brianna Walker, Reflector newspaper. You talked about Friday how you wanted to see more aggressiveness from the team. How did you convey that to them, and how do you think they did on that tonight?
Yeah, so, you know, we watch film, and we show some film of when we have been aggressive, and then we might show some film where, you know, we could be a little more aggressive. But our practices are pretty aggressive. You know, we try to get after it. And so I think that you try to impart on them the importance of taking people, you know, defensively for us, we like to take people out of what they want to do. You know, we're not going to stand around in a 2-3 zone. We're not going to let you throw the ball around, let you catch it and all that. So, you know, going into this game, we knew, boy, ball reversal was critical for them. I thought Amrielle was great. She wrecked them the first half. They could not turn the floor. And so they only had 22 points. And so they made some adjustments at halftime, and where it wasn't as important for them to flip the floor, but everything ran through that trailing post player for them. And so when you step out and take that away, well, now you've taken them out of every set they want to run. So then, that's when you got a chance. And so that's what we do in scouting. We try to get tendencies. We try to figure out what they really want to do, what's their bread and butter, and try to take it from them. Yep.
Coach Anthony McDougal from the Clarion Ledger. In the past few years, you've been fortunate to coach a lot of talented senior classes. I'm wondering, what in your opinion makes this class special or unique?
Well, I think their skill set, number one, their skill set is really, really good. I mean, you're Jazz, you got the bookends, Jazz and T. I mean, those kids have played big minutes throughout their career. And so I think for those two, those are two kids now. When you look across the country, there's just a few players that really, I think, set certain teams apart and give you an advantage maybe that everybody else doesn't have. And for me, I feel like those two kids do that. They really set us apart and give us an advantage that some teams, most teams don't have. You get a Jordan who, man, I knew she was good coming out of high school, and you get to add her into the mix. And then you get an Anrielle who's coming here with just an unbelievable motor. I mean, her motor is incredible, but her skill set, her athleticism. I mean, do y'all realize that kid can triple jump from half court almost to the end to the baseline? She falls short about this much. Y'all just try to go out there and jump 3 times and see how far you get. She is a regional triple jumper in college. But that's how athletic that kid is. So you get somebody like that. Zion's been in our program for 4 years now, and she's been very reliable. And so I think that's a really that class is, and all they know is winning, by the way. They've only lost 17 times in their career. So all they know is winning, but you know what? All they know is how to win. The preparation that goes into winning, the importance of investing in preparation. That's where I'm pulling my hair out right now with this group, because there's days when I don't feel like I'm getting that investment, and I know what that looks like. When you don't prepare, that's when you get punched. And so, we talked about it in the locker room. You know who cares about how we feel? Our opponent. You know who cares about your stomach ache? Our opponent. You know who cares about how tired you are, or, what kind of mood your opponent. That's the only people that care. And so for us, you got to try to knock that to the side and let's go win a championship. Go pay the price. Endure the pain that comes with it. It ain't easy. It's not easy, but it's worth it. These times are fleeting. There's no guarantee you're ever going to get back here, whether you go on and play at the next level or you come back next season. There's no guarantee, but you're right at the doorstep right now. So go pay the price. It will be worth it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough, but it will be worth it.
You said you're very familiar with Arizona State and their style. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I mean, they're a tough, physical, aggressive team, great defensive team. We played them 2 years ago, I think, down in one of the islands. And we were coming off that first, I think it was with that team that made the first Final Four, or we were coming off of that first one. But I've played them before in years past, and again, they're just they're really a tough, physical, aggressive basketball team, and they're going to really challenge you on that front. And so if you don't have your hard hat on, you're liable to get busted. And they're really, again, I obviously, that's the kind of team I want. You want a tough, physical, aggressive basketball team. That doesn't say anything about your skill set or your jump shot. So.
More questions for Coach?
Back to T, you talked about how locked in and how focused she is. A big part of that is it's hard to be locked in and focused if you're sitting on the bench with 2 fouls in the first quarter. It's been a long time since she's made a dumb foul. I can't remember off the top of my head, but is that not a big part of it in keeping her really dominant?
Sure, and I mean, she can't dominate anything if she's over there sitting next to me. That's for sure. And I think that's part of being a senior and being smart. You know, she's learned. I think for her, when she gets a little off center, you know, mentally, I think that's when she can go get a crazy one. You know, we keep her dialed in and interested, as I say. You know, man, she's really smart.
Do you remember how long it's been since you had one of those?
I don't know. You know, tonight she got a couple fouls because our guards couldn't keep the ball in front of them. And I tell them in the timeout, hey, you know, T's been a great helper, but they you know, you got to try to keep the ball in front of you so we don't put her in a spot where she's got to do that. But no, I can't. You know, probably the Missouri game, probably the last time. And again, I think she learned that night. She was the bull in the china cabinet that night. And again, it's just when she's mentally locked in, when she understands, okay, I got a double, I got a triple. You know, we're playing through her now, not just to her. And I think that's what makes her so special, is that we play through her now, and she's learned to enjoy the assist as much as the make. And so, you know, that's the one, you know, you want to keep locked in. You know, her and Jazz, those bookends, if you got them going and they're being accountable and they're holding their teammates accountable, you got a chance. And so that's my big challenge, is to keep them, you know, keep them positive, keep them, and we talked about predator or prey. What are you going to be? If you're going to be a predator, your eyes are close together and they're straightforward. You don't really care about anything out here, because if you're a predator, you're not worried about somebody getting you. If you're prey, your eyes are wide apart because you're always worried about somebody getting you. I want us right here. If we can get right here for the next week, it'll give us a chance. Take all the distractions out and be right here, be laser focused. When we're laser focused, I ain't trading them for anybody.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Praise the Lord and go Dogs. Thank y'all.